Hey guys, Cliff here with Funny Bug Bees and Woodworks. Just got a call from a construction crew over in Grimesland. They've got what they're calling a massive swarm in a tree about 10 feet off the ground, so I'm gonna head over there and see if we can catch it. We'll film the process for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Visit funnybugbeesandwoodworks.com and let's get to it. Well, I didn't have anybody actually here to film me. A construction company called me, as you can see I'm at a construction site, about a swarm that was up in a cedar tree about 10 feet off the ground. Sorry. So I came out here, as you can see, right there is the hive box. And the reason I put them in a medium hive box is because I've got a customer that wants a medium nuke. He runs all mediums, and I don't run medium nukes, I run deep nukes. So I'm gonna let this swarm, draw out this and start laying eggs in it, and then split it into a nuke for a customer of mine that wants a medium nuke. So that's why I put it in a medium. But all I did was, right there's the tree, you can see I cut out a limb right there and just climbed down off the ladder with the limb and put it in. We'll get a close up here in a second for you. I'm just waiting for the bees to calm down. So it's been about 30 minutes or so, and the bees are not coming out of the box. As you can see, there's none back up on those limbs. Right there, that bald spot right there in the center of the screen is where I cut that big limb out. There it is on the ground that they were on, and I just shook. It was so high up I needed to cut the limb and get them down, and then just shook them in the box and put the lid on it, and there they've stayed. From the report of the construction crew, the swarm was about twice as big as it was when I got here this morning. So I'm imagining half of these bees are worker bees out foraging or scouting or whatever now, and they're coming back. That's why there's a bunch of bees flying in the air right here, because they're coming back to the swarm to report, and there's a bunch up there just flying looking for the swarm. Of course, it's not up there anymore, so they're confused, and it's going to take them a little bit to find the front of that hive box. So we're going to let them have a few more minutes, and then I'm going to shut it up and take it to the house. I mean, that thing is just like packed with bees, guys. See right there, let me scope in on that some. Right there is the limb I cut to get them out of that tree. And I just dropped them right in that box right there. They've taken to it. It's been at least 35-40 minutes since I put the swarm in there, and they're still in the box, not making an attempt to go back up there. There's still bees flying around because they're coming back and from out scouting or doing whatever they're doing. They have no clue where that hive went. There's a bunch of bees right there in the entrance. Let me zoom in for you. I mean, it's just busting with bees. As soon as I put them in the box, 20-30 of them just started fanning, sending out nasonol pheromones so the rest of the bees could find home. A decent little swarm. I appreciate these boys giving me a call. This construction company, I gave him my card, so he said they run across them all the time. So hopefully it'll be a steady supply of bees for me in the spring, and I can expand the genetics in my yards a little bit, which is always a good thing. If you always breed your own queens and never bring in any new stock, eventually you're going to be running pretty thin on genetic material. I think it's just a good idea to bring in swarms you catch or requeen from somebody else's stock every 2 or 3 years. Bring in at least a couple of queens from somewhere else every couple of years and keep the genetics mixed up. But anyway, hopefully these girls will settle down soon. What I'm going to do is just stuff a shop rag in that entrance, and then put a piece of duct tape over the shop rag to hold it in place, and then I'll put a ratchet strap around the hive and haul it to the house and set it up. What I'd really like to do is come back after dark so that I've got all them worker bees that are out right now in the hive. But I don't really have time. That would be what I wanted to do. But every bit of the foundation in that box is drawn comb, so the queen can get started right away. So we'll have brood pretty quickly, and they can start building up. I'll throw a pollen patty on them when we get to the house. There's probably plenty of wild pollen out right now, and if there is, they'll leave the pollen patty alone, but at least they'll have it if they're having trouble. And there's plenty of clover and dandelion and everything else right now bloomed, so they should have plenty of nectar. I won't need to put a feeder to them, but I'll check for stores in 2 or 3 days, 2 days, and if I see nectar in the comb, then I'll know I don't need a feeder on them. If I don't, then I'll put a feeder on them. All right, guys, so walk away from here a little bit. Swarms captured. Did a public service, got the bees out of the way of this construction crew out here building the subdevelopment, and got free bees. I can't complain any whatsoever. I've got the hive here in the back of the truck, right there. Taped up the entrance. I stuffed a paper towel in the entrance and then duct taped it and taped the top of the box on so it's nice and steady for the ride back to the bee yard. Picked up my tools, didn't leave a single scrap of trash out here, nothing. If you're going to do swarm captures and people are nice enough to call you, make sure that you treat them right, be respectful when you come to their property, pick up anything you might have left. Like I dumped out my smoker, so I had charcoal and stuff in it. I even ground that into the dirt and put some clean dirt over it, so it's not an eyesore when they come in. And this is a construction site, right? It's full of mess, but it's mess made by the owners. It's not mess made by me. And as long as you do that, the people that call you for swarm captures are going to keep calling you to come get their swarms, and that's money in your pocket. You can take that swarm, put it in a nuke box for just a couple of days and sell it for $175, you know, if they've got drawn comb. So treat them right and they'll treat you right. Anyway, this is Cliff with Funny Bug Bees. Check out our website. We've got plenty of supplies for sale, cheaper than any other online supplier that I'm aware of. Check us out, like and subscribe if you like what you see, and look for the video we've got coming out on how to build Ross Round honey supers, and that will be out tonight or tomorrow. I know I said in the last video it was going to be out the next day, but I have been so busy. It's the last couple of weeks of April, and between splits and getting nukes drawn up for customers and making sure they're queen right, and well, you guys know how it is. I'm a beekeeper. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I just haven't had time to make the video, but I promise I'll have it out for you within the next 48 hours. You guys have a good weekend. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.